Very good evening to everyone, and welcome to today's special panel discussion on the occasion of a Children's Day. As we are gathered here to celebrate the Children's Day, we honor not only the joy and innocence of childhood, but also the immense potential, creativity, and curiosity that children bring to our world. Their ability to imagine, explore, and adapt inspires us to build a future that supports their growth, learning, and well being. In today's rapidly evolving digital landscape, technology, especially artificial intelligence, is shaping the way children learn, communicate, and experience the world. From personalized learning tools to classrooms and to interactive games and the virtual companions, AI has become an integral part of their everyday environment. It offers opportunities that were unimaginable just few years ago. However, with these opportunities comes significant responsibilities. The digital world, which is rich with resources, also presents risks such as misinformation, cyberbullying, online exploitation, data privacy concerns, and unsafe digital behavior. Children, being early and enthusiastic adapters of technology, are often more vulnerable to these challenges. This makes cyber safety not merely a technical issue, but a shared responsibility, one that demands awareness, collaboration, and proactive measures from parents, educators, policymakers, and the entire community. Today's panel discussion brings together a diverse group of experts who will help us to navigate the complex relationship between AI and child safety. Together, we will explore how AI can be harnessed responsibly to empower the children, support their learning, enhance their well being, and create safer digital spaces. We will also reflect on ethical, social, and practical challenges that arise as AI becomes more deeply embedded in children's daily lives. As we begin this important conversation, let us remember that the true purpose of technology is not just to innovate, but to innovate responsibly. Our collective goal should be to ensure that every technological advancement contributes to a secure, supportive, and enriching environment that respects and protects every child's digital rights. So, thank you for being here, and let us look forward to a thoughtful, insightful, impactful discussion ahead. So, for this panel discussion, myself, Dr. Angel Ratnabai, will be acting as a moderator, and we have with us panelist Dr. Rajesh, Associate Professor and In Charge Head in CIT NCRT, New Delhi. Major Vinit Kumar, Founder and Global President, Cyber Peace Foundation. Lieutenant General Dr. Rajesh Pant, Global Advisor for Cyber Peace Foundation, and Mr. Rajesh Ranjan, who is India's lead for the core Government Affairs and Policy, Public Policy, Google India. So we have eminent experts from various background who is going to be the panelist today. So we will be having a interaction here with this panelist from their own background to enrich this panel discussion. Let us start this discussion first with Mr. Rajesh Pant, who is the Lieutenant General and a Global Advisor for Cyber Peace Foundation. So, sir, from a national security perspective, why is empowering children as cyber ambassadors and cyber first responders are strategically important? Can you throw light on this area?
Thank you, Dr. Angel, for that question, and greetings of the day to all the viewers of this program. Firstly, happy Children's Day to everyone. And let me also thank CIET, NCERT, and CyberPeace for organizing this very special event, including the launch of e-Raksha. I am mildly surprised to see that in our panel there are three people named as Rajesh. I never knew it was such a popular name. But having said that, you see, today we are all surrounded by five domains: land, air, sea, space, and cyber. And while we may not go into any of the other domains daily, but every day when we open our smartphone or when we enter our tablet or laptop or any other endpoint, including your smart TVs and the smart vehicles, we are entering cyberspace. And sadly, the crimes taking place in cyberspace are increasing. Of course, one of the reasons is that the threat surface is increasing as we speak because of the Internet of Things joining in and because of the digital public infrastructure that we are creating. But India consistently has remained one of the top three most cyber attacked countries in the world. So it is a very serious issue that is all around us. And unfortunately, the three hard truths of cyberspace are that firstly, the vulnerabilities in what we see in cyber will continue. And as long as vulnerabilities continue, the attacks will take place. And the attribution of these attacks, that means who is behind the attacks, will be difficult. So the solution lies in what is called as resilience, cyber resilience. That means how do we now continue to function in this cyber world in the face of cyber attacks? And in this, the children play a very important part because to protect cyberspace, we have to take a whole of nation approach. That means individuals, businesses, government, academia, everyone has a role to play. And a large portion of individuals are the children. So, this is where the importance of children being cyber aware comes in because to prevent cyber attacks, the only aspect is cyber education and awareness. And children are amongst the most vulnerable online. India has seen a 32% rise in cybercrimes against children in just 1 year. And they also act as our first line of defense because, in a sense, they are also teaching their peers. And today they are also teaching their parents, especially in areas where the digital divide is more. So, for responsible citizenship, for the future of our nation, it is very important that programs like what we are having today and e-Raksha are implemented. And you see, we have to do hand holding also. The children are our future of the nation. Let me give you the example of our cricket team, the women's cricket team. Till about 10 years ago, nobody had heard of women's cricket. But then somebody said, okay, let us invest in women's cricket, let us encourage them, let us do hand holding. And today they are world champions. So, whatever we do for our children today is an investment for the nation. And with what is happening, as I said, in cyberspace, including the social media, the negative impact of social media, the negative impact of online games, it affects the children immensely. As far as artificial intelligence is concerned, since Dr. Angel mentioned it, there are a lot of misconceptions about artificial intelligence which need to be clarified. There's a lot of misinformation going on. Yes, it is taking away some entry level jobs, but it is also creating new jobs. It is also increasing efficiency. Then also the children must be trained in identifying and reporting fake news and how to spot the phishing emails and online abuse and also act as community watchdogs. In fact, with their unbiased attitude that the children have, I think they can be very good in spotting deepfakes and online radicalization and digital scams. So let me conclude by saying that children definitely will pay a strategic payoff if we invest in them by making them aware of cyber resilience and all the aspects for cybersecurity. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much, Rajesh ji. And as you have already said that, yeah, it's for Rajesh today, which we also didn't note it. Thank you so much for highlighting as how important is to educate children, because it's very important to make them as first ambassadors of creating the cyber safety awareness. Say said that like it's very important. I would request Major Vinit Kumar to throw lights on how do you think that practically we can make children to contribute as cyber ambassadors and cyber first responders within schools and communities.
Thank you, Dr. Angel, and it's really a pleasure to be a part of this eminent panel. Good afternoon, everyone, and it's a very, very important conversation that we are having today. And today, when we speak of online safety, AI safety, cybersecurity, in fact, we are talking about children, preventing children in the cyberspace, but I also see children as the future cyber experts of the country. So we are not just talking about protecting children, we are talking about how do we empower them. And in an AI driven world, children are not the weakest link. They can be our strongest line of defense. And let me share a simple truth that children understand digital spaces more than what even adults ever will. They are early adopters, they are fast learners, and natural communicators. If we guide them correctly, they can become powerful cyber ambassadors and cyber first responders, and not only for themselves, but for the schools, families, communities, and the ecosystem around them. So how we actually practically build those cyber, that's the question. And this is something that interestingly, through Cyber Peace, NCRT initiatives, we have been able to create a pool of these ambassadors, students who are kind of becoming as the first line of defense, as the
Recording stopped.
and children can actually run peer discussions. They can give cyber tip of the week. They can create poster reels and simple mythbusters like what
Recording in progress.
aims to achieve. And when safety messages come from the peer rather than adults, they spread faster and they stick longer. Second, if we talk about is the first line of reporting, being the first line of reporting, we don't ask children to solve cyber incidents, like any incident that happens. We don't expect them to solve a particular crime. We ask them to recognize the danger and escalate it early, whether it's bullying, impersonation, risky kind of challenges, or say AI edited misinformation or a content. Children can learn to spot red flags and reach out to trusted adults. This alone actually would prevent a lot of incidents from spiraling. And the third thing that I'll bring in here is the community research and outreach, what we have done and what the kind of work that CyberPeace has done on the ground, interacted with the community. We have done some research with the community also while we were doing the outreach. You would be surprised to know that how many grandparents, domestic workers, and even shopkeepers, small traders, they learn digital hygiene, cyber hygiene from the youngest member of the household. So children can help family check privacy settings, avoid OTP scams, understanding digital arrest frauds, for example. This is basically the cyber safety at the grassroots. And this is what we saw. This is already happening when we were running these kind of workshops across different parts of India. The fourth point being mastering the AI literacy. AI right now is almost everywhere. Gen AI, almost every household today is using Gen AI. Every individual is some or the other way using Gen AI. The threats of the future, like deepfakes, voice cloning, AI generated scams, they look real, they feel real, and will increasingly target minors. Even child sexual abuse, CSAM. Recently, we have seen a lot of child sexual abuse images that are AI generated. And once the image gets generated, then the children are then further blackmailed, targeted. So we must teach children how to pause, take a pause, verify, and also think critically. AI awareness is actually, it's no longer, I feel, optional. It is like a life skill that needs to be taught everywhere. Another point is also participation in national initiatives. Like we have national initiative and we are doing this event as a official pre-summit event of the AI Impact Summit. In Government of India, the India is actually the host for the AI Impact Summit, which happens in February, 19th, 20th of February. And we have some key missions in India, like the AI mission, we have the quantum mission, we have the semiconductor mission. So there are a lot of interesting missions where children can actually participate in the mission. They can participate in global events like the Safer Internet Day, DEFCON, and various international conferences, which can create a structured pathway for young people to serve as safety champions. Recognition, badges, micro missions, these are actually the ways to make learning exciting and sustained. And ultimately, our goal is not just to keep children safe. Our goal is to raise a generation that is digitally confident, ethically grounded, and capable of defending their communities. A generation that actually grows up not as passive users of technology, but as active custodians of a peace and responsible cyberspace. So, as we design basically policies, curriculums, tech platforms, let us also remember that children don't just need protection; they need trust, training, and basically the ecosystem around them, which actually is safe, secure, and peaceful for them. So when we give them that, they don't just remain bystanders; they become leaders, and that's what we expect. That's what the initiatives like e-Raksha, the cyber clubs, and different kind of initiative that NCRT is taking with the set of partners would actually add to the entire ecosystem, which is peaceful and safe for everyone. Thank you, and over to you, Dr. Angel.
Thank you, Mr. Vinith, for highlighting how, I'm sorry for it, for highlighting how children can become the first level ambassadors. Yes, as you have said that there are lots of ways the schools can create environment where children can become oriented on being safe, not just being oriented, but to become the first level ambassadors and the first responders. I just would like to quote here about one of the student like who was just talking in a conference where parents and teachers and the students were there, and the parents were always keep on telling that when it comes to the safety of the children, parents were telling that we send the student to school, so the student school is responsible to teach them how to be safe. And the school started giving an answer back stating that only 8 hours the students are there in the school, but other than that they are there at home, so parents should take the responsibility. And all the students who were attending that program were innocently showing their innocence and telling that we are all empty boats where anybody can write whatever it is, and we just become what you have written on us. So ultimately one boy like in that crowd who was from class 11 just got up and came to the stage and just said that if somebody wants to be safe, nobody can be the ownership until and otherwise you take your ownership. So every student has to take their own ownership of being safe in the cyberspace which they are exposed to. So when they wanted to be safe, there is a real requirement for them to orient themselves and seek for information to get oriented on safety measures so that they will be able to really keep them safe. And as you have said that there are multiple opportunities at national as well as at school level in terms of competition and in terms of forums for speaking, to take the leadership as ambassadors. There are multiple ways to do it. It is only the student has to find out the way and then take the role in it. We are also joined here by Mr. Rajesh Ranjan from Google. Rajesh ji, I just would like to know from in this era where we have been like seeing everywhere there is a buzz of the word AI, and being from Google, you have also come out with products with AI and you have integrated AI in various platforms, and being one of largest service provider where every children is using your platforms and using your resources. How AI can be used to protect children online, or we can also just put the question, how can AI be turned from a threat vector into a tool that children can use for positive digital citizenship? Can you throw light on these points?
For sure. Thank you. And apologies for being late. Actually, there was a conflict. So, but it's a very, very pertinent question. And we at Google are very mindful of child safety at the core of our philosophy. So, our Google's approach to online child safety leverages AI as the core component of a broader strategy focused on the protection. There is this respect for families, and then empowerment of young people also a part of this core strategy that we have. And then we because AI can be used in both ways for offenders and defenders, we use AI to enhance security and then filter inappropriate content, and then for positive digital citizenship. And this is achieved through a combination of built-in safeguards, flexible parental controls that we provide, and proactive educational initiatives designed to prepare youth for a future where AI is central. So, if I talk about specific in terms of what all have we been doing, we do something called content safety and filtering. So, AI classifiers, they are combined with hash matching technology as human review, and these technologies are used and to detect and remove CSAM and these kind of material which are there, including AI generated content. And then for younger users, protections like safe search, you can go and look at what kind of features are there. So safe search is built and enabled by default for younger users, and YouTube's recommendation systems are modified to limit basically the repeated suggestions of content that could be problematic for the young viewers. And then similar kind of videos which have negative body image or those kind of things are also factored into these kind of mechanisms. We also have parental supervision and tools built into our products, something you might have heard, which is called the Google Family Link, which allows parents to supervise their children's online experience. And parent can use the tool to set multiple things like the screen time limit, approve or block apps which are allowed to be downloaded, manage their privacy settings, and also establish other digital rules, ground rules basically around what kind of balanced and safe environment is available to them when they are online. We also have proactive AI design and education built in. So we design products like Gemini with specific safeguards for teens. And this is developed from proper guidance from child development experts. And to further empower young people, we have created educational resources like uh, Teen Gen AI Literacy Guide. There is this experience AI course which the younger people can take. It is very different from a general user who wants to learn about AI. Then these programs also help young people understand how AI works, enabling them to use the technology safely and responsibly. And finally, in terms of age-appropriate experiences, we use a multi-layered approach, including machine learning to better understand the age of its users. And this allows the platform to kind of automatically apply age appropriate protections, like blocking personalized ads, turning off YouTube autoplay by default, implementing strong privacy settings for all users under 18. And recently, well, you might maybe or may not have heard about the super searchers, where we are arming teachers and students about this thing called super searchers information literacy program. Vineet is very well aware of that, and it trains teachers and students on identifying synthetic content using SynthID. SynthID is a Google's watermarking technology to identify synthetically generated content, and we have also open sourced it for anybody to come and adopt it and further use it. And so far in 2025 alone, this trainer model has, I think, trained somewhere around 17,000 to 20,000 teachers and about 10,000 students directly, and reaching overall about 1 million end users. So that is some of the things, ma'am, that we are doing as Google to the best of our capability.
Um, Ranjesh ji, I also want your views. How children can use this AI
Mhm.
as a tool, as a positive towards positive digital citizenship.
Yeah,
Can from the children's perspective, do you have
yeah.
some lights to throw on it?
Yes. So, two, three things, madam. In fact, I got late because before this, I was speaking at a panel at Jesus and Mary College, and although it is very different from the children which we are talking about, but they are also students, and one of the students did put exactly this question in terms of how can we responsibly use AI, and still in the age of AI, how can it can be of help to us. So the guidance is very similar for children. Of course, the thing which changes between a college student and a typical child is that there has to be some level of supervision. Sometimes we as parents tend to kind of open up the boundaries, so the responsibility cannot be entirely shifted to platforms when it comes to how a person is using, when especially if that person is a child. Because as I said, all those technological measures that we have put in place are good. If they are used with a parental supervision, they are excellent. So that is the first guidance in terms of how AI could be used positively by children to become a better digital citizen. Certainly, there is a role which schools and teachers also need to play along with the tools and technologies which companies like Google provide. And that's where I think the guidance is needed, that what is the use of the use cases basically for the children, in terms of what do they use it for. Are they using simply the tools to create some homework, or are they using also for real learning? Because AI as a tool is very, very powerful when it comes to customization. It can really provide content to you. A parent can identify that where is the lack of skill set in terms of a child, and then that child can use an AI tool to empower itself, himself or herself, really, to become a person with specific set of skills which he was lacking earlier. So these kind of guidelines and regulated environments can be set, and then AI tools can come and actually augment. They cannot replace the learning environment that a school or a teacher can provide, but AI tools can be a really well augmentation tool for the digital enablement.
Thank you, Ranjesh ji, for your inputs on how Google is taking care of ensuring safety in your platforms and the resources in this world of AI, and also how AI has been enabled to ensure safety. Thank you so much on those points. I think like every single service provider is taking care of right now when they are developing a product or resource. Every single service provider is aiming at providing a safe space for children. And those who have not thought about it, they have to start thinking about it, because when we give solutions for education today, tech companies and tech platforms are very wide and it's very popular among children. So though when we are working on it, so it's very essential to take care of the safety in the online space as well. Coming back to Dr. Rajesh, who's part of CIT and CRT. NCRT has been working towards giving guidelines, and also can you just throw light on what NEP or NCF talks about safety, and very specifically what is the guidelines NCRT want to provide to children to take care of themselves safe, to keep themselves safe in the AI enabled world?
So, सबसे in the beginning itself, we have to think about congratulating the children for enjoying their Children's Day. So, I wish to announce and keep their minds in a celebration point of view, wishing them a happy Children's Day, number one. And followed by that, NCRT is doing more potential work on the technological footworks also. As per NAP 2020, which is mentioned in the chapter 23 and 24, we have a scopus on upgrading with the concept of disruptive technologies. So how disruptive technologies every day come inside the panel, where not only AI today, earlier we had smart computing system, and earlier we used to talk about data mining, we used to talk about machine learning, we used to tap different level of paradigms of programming languages. And we also think about integrating those into the curriculum at the various levels, using the national curriculum framework with the school education point of view. So we insert earlier the subject of computer science, or the subject of information practices, or the subject of artificial intelligence were planned in a way, it was in a very generic, and it was a silo. Nowadays, no subject is separate. So all the components which are there in the format of disruptive technologies are brought into in any of the languages. any of the languages and other subjects like social science, science maybe we are trying to incorporate one chapter into it, so that even a non-techie or the person who doesn't even take computer science or any science background, he is aware of the subject, that what the technologists are talking about. So this is one set of understanding that NCERT is focusing upon. As far as NEP 2020 is concerned, even the curriculum is also focused upon into the multilingual translation process is also going on. All the subjects which are being released with the context of class 1, class 3, class 6 and all the subjects are being converted into different multilinguistic with the support of all the other subordinates. So that it's also working on to that point. But keeping today's celebration as the concept of cyber security, the students has to have a concentration on 3 C's, which we call it as. What is that? The first is talking about the change. Every day some new change is coming, new technology is coming. So we need to accept the change and we should select the change, and we should go with the second C, which talks about consistency. We should adapt ourselves to have a consistency. Even though it changes, we should have the consistency to select which tool to be used at what age. So the different parameters of policies are also given, designed by both Ministry of Education as well as CIT, NCERT, with the support of all experts, with the ecosystem of both industry and academia counterpart. Most of the policies are described and delivered in the websites, and most of the teachers are being trained on that. So this is number 2 of the C, which I was talking about. The third is like how responsibly and ethically we focus upon using the technology comes into the act there. When you talk about responsibility, still it is a far boon to us to understand the difference between responsibility and legacy. What is responsibility? Whatever is present in a plate of food, we select the food and then we are responsible for eating it. So similarly, when you talk about ethical, is that when after you select the food, it is how we take it inside. If we have an allergy, we don't eat that food. So legacy comes there to understand what to eat, at what age we have to eat, because there are plenty number of nutrition problems coming into that fact of food. So similarly in technology also, we should have these 3 C's. The first talks about the change, the second talks about the consistency, the third talks about the conspiracy. When you talk about conspiracy, we have to talk about both the responsibility as well as the ethical issues behind it. When you ask me the same question, how does a teacher do it? The teacher has the responsibility, where he has to accept the change first, he has to get trained with the change, and he has to go with the adaptability of the technology, so that he brings down to the children, so that ease of learning, ease of understanding comes a point of them. And also there are plenty number of other generic parameters irrespective of your age, whether you are a student or you are a teacher or you are an adult. The basic parameters of any cyber security comes into the acts of keeping our passwords very softly, genuinely, how to revise the password at different genres, and how do we carry the ethics of social media, because today social media brings biggest headache for many people. Most of the children are attacked based on social media. So cyberbullying is one part where we study theoretically, but it is practically held upon social media, because personal identity becomes very impressive for most of them to show their photos, show their celebrations into the social media, where they become as the victim. So this is, even though we highlight them, still it has been used. So we have to teach them, we have to make them understand. So the third point comes here, like we have to ask the parents and the teachers to take care of them, so that generic advices are given at the appropriate age. So parents have to talk to the children. So communication comes as the biggest barrier. When husband and wife both are working in today's nature, or if the wife is there as a homemaker, without technology nothing is happening. But we have to teach them, we have to speak to the children, we have to have a moral conversation with the children, make them to understand the ease of the technology, use of the technology. And also we have to understand the loop to sensitize what is to be done at what age, because we have different parameters of IT policies talking about. As we are in the important panel discussion, we to highlight what IT policy 2020 teaches us. We say that if you are under the age of 16, Ministry of Education has already given a warning letter that you should not have a post of Instagram. But most of the children in India are using Instagram. So we have to sensitize them. We should not abruptly stop them. We have to instantly sensitize the matter that using this Instagram, what is the problems? What are the pros and cons? You have to make them understand, because acceptability when it comes, then automatically understanding comes. When acceptability comes, understanding comes, then comes the layer of trust. When a trust is there, whether it is a technology or whether it is a human being, everything goes in ease of use of access. So this is the point that I would like to highlight. However, NCERT has provided plenty number of digital guidelines. Even recently, we are working on the guidelines of Pragyata guidelines, which is for both the teachers and society also to understand what technology is there, what platform has to be understood, what is the parameter behind it. So all these revisions are there. So those things we are concentrating. Maybe we could further drill down to understand the ecosystem in a very basic way. Keep your passwords protected. Keep you always vigilant on your content, what you are posting, what you are downloading, what you are using. Always try to use the 2FA, which we call it as two-factored authentication process, that has to be done by all the users. Number 3, again, when I talk about passwords, plenty number of parameters were given. Please never use your personal mobile phone numbers. The last 4 digits of your ATM card should not be used. Still we are using the same. Don't use your friend's birthday date or father's birthday date or wife's birthday date as the password. Still we are using it. So until we recover from all these things, then digital hygiene will be always the best.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh, for highlighting what children have to really take care, and you have very rightly pointed about what NEP and NCF also talks about, and how both the document recognizes the importance of children's safety, and the guidelines that has been provided by NCERT in the past have been very much valued in terms of school guideline or teacher guideline and the student guideline. But as you said, now the Pragyata guideline is also getting revised with inputs with relevant information on how safety has to be established in the cyberspace, including in the AI-enabled environment. So NCERT is continuing to work to give more of resources, and I think, like, to see all the resources, one can just go to NCERT's website and just search for the cyber safety resources in the CIT web page, and you have n number of resources which are available. So today we have been joined with eminent resource like panelists who have contributed in speaking about how safety is important for children in the cyberspace, where we are in the AI enabled environment. And also we have heard about, like, what we mean by safety in this AI enabled environment, and we also have understood how one should take care of it in terms of various stakeholders. We have spoken about, like, the service providers for education, and we also have heard about partners who are working in the field of education, and from the from the organizations who work for enabling the safety perspective also. So we coming to the end of this panel discussion. We would like to just sort down 2-3 points that, as the theme says, like, let us guard our smiles, guided by the clicks, and the theme itself says what we are expecting at the end is, like, our children should still continue to smile. Yeah, on this Children's Day, on this occasion of the Children's Day, as we wish a happy Children's Day, we wanted to see children having their smile guarded, so that they are not into any thread or problems. Only that can be done by guiding them how to use technology responsibly, and so that our children can stay safe. Thanks for connecting with us, and I thank all the panelists for being with us for this panel discussion. As a continuation of this panel discussion, we are just also going to have a few more events to happen on this occasion of Children's Day. One of the thing is NCERT and Cyber Peace Foundation. For the past few years, we have been working together and conducting this competition called E-Raksha every academic year. And this particular E-Raksha competition is basically started to give an opportunity for children to come together, for adolescents and youths to come together, even including teachers and public to come together and express their understanding about safety in terms of the competition. So I would now invite one of the one of the team member of the Cyber Peace Foundation to give a short presentation about this e-Raksha competition itself, what it is and how it is being organized so that we can move forward.
Thank you, Dr. Angel, and good afternoon to everyone present. It is my pleasure to take you through the journey of e-Raksha, a national platform that continues to inspire young people to explore and express their ideas on digital safety with clarity and confidence. Launched in the year 2019 by CyberPeace and CIET and CRT, e-Raksha has grown into India's leading national competition in cyber safety, digital ethics, and responsible technology use. The e-Raksha competition endeavors to cultivate a deeper understanding of responsible digital citizenship among the nation's youth. Since its launch in 2019, e-Raksha has witnessed overwhelming participation from more than 1 lakh participants all over India. Students, teachers, parents, and other educators from various schools and colleges are encouraged to participate in this competition. Each year, the competition is driven by a theme relevant to cybersecurity. Participants are invited to send their original entries such as posters, banners, videos, reels, short essays, schools and communities to promote safe and thoughtful digital practices. The goal of e-Raksha has always been simple and powerful. It enables young people to become responsible digital citizens by following the correct safety norms and procedures. Participants create original work that reflects their understanding of cyber threats, misinformation, privacy concerns, online frauds, and the value they need for safe and ethical behaviors in the digital world. They express these ideas through posters, essays, videos, creative reels, and many other formats. Along with the competition element, e-Raksha offers meaningful learning experiences. Selected participants receive the opportunity to attend cyber camps organized by CyberPeace and NCRT. These camps connect students with experts, encourage collaboration, and strengthen practical knowledge through hands-on challenges. This year, the journey enters a significant new chapter. The theme for e-Raksha is AI for peace and safety, building trust in the age of machines. As artificial intelligence becomes a part of everyday life, this edition's focus on AI safety, deepfake awareness, and prevention of AI abuse, including issues related to misinformation, voice cloning, and digital scams. This year, this call this year is for India's youth to reflect on how AI can be used ethically and creatively to support peace, trust, and inclusion. The 2025 edition also holds special importance because it serves as the official pre-summit program for the India AI Impact Summit 2026. The journey will culminate with the National Showcase at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, which will include award presentations, youth panels, and the launch of a policy brief on AI safety for education and young people. As we begin this segment titled e-Raksha, a space to explore and express, I invite every young participant to contribute with imagination, responsibility, and purpose. Your voice shapes the digital futures of a country, and our ideas help build a safer and more inclusive digital Bharat. As we now move ahead in the program, it is my immense privilege to invite our dignitaries for the official launch of the e-Raksha competitions for the year 2025. I would also like to invite Dr. Angel and team to kindly join us for the launch ceremony. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Now let's watch a short launch video of this e-Raksha competition. So now the e-Raksha for this academic year has been launched as a pre-summit event for the India AI Impact Summit. All the viewers are requested to explore the website of e-Raksha, where you will be getting details on who can join and how to join, the important dates, and all the details about what various competitions have been given and the theme on which you need to participate. So this is open for all the children, students of all levels, as well as for parents and teachers, and to even including the college students. So we open this today. From today onwards, the competition website is open for you to go through, and please make efforts to be part of it. So we look forward for all of you to be part of the e-Raksha, so that we all work together to build a space which is very safe for ourselves. Yeah. Next, we will move on to another very important release of a small document, which is a small booklet. NCRT and Cyber Peace Foundation have been working together to come out with resources which will benefit the various target group in the education system. So this time we have come up with a small booklet on social media safety. As Dr. Rajesh was also pointing out, social media is very one of the platform where a lot of children gets into vulnerability. They are vulnerable in that environment. So today it's very important, and this booklet, we will just watch a small brief of this booklet, and then just we will move forward. Which is developed by NCRT and Cyber Peace Foundation, is available in all the websites, and also it will be available through our social media for your access. You can always go to CIT website and access all the cyber safety materials, where the social media safety booklet will also be available for your access. So this material is a very short, crisp guideline for everyone to go through yourself to understand how you can be safe in the social media. So I take this time to thank Cyber Peace Foundation for bringing out such a wonderful booklet that will be of a greater use for several stakeholders, like including children and teachers. And as a conclusion of this particular event, we are just keeping the space open for you to put your queries or anything in the chat box, which we will be taking up and addressing in the upcoming events. And if you would like to know more about e-Raksha competitions or about this booklet, you are always free to write to the e-Raksha, where the mail ID and the toll-free number which is given in the e-Raksha website itself. So please do visit e-Raksha website today to know about the competition, and also visit CIT website to access the social media safety booklet. I take this time to thank all the panelists who have been with us, Dr. Rajesh, Major Vineet, Lieutenant Colonel Rajesh Pant, and Mr. Ranjesh Ranjan. Thanks for your time for being with us and to highlight and enlightening us with the thoughts of how we can be safe in this AI-enabled world. Thank you so much. And I also thank Ms. Major Vineet and the team from Cyber Peace Foundation for enabling this event to happen, along with the team from the CIT NCRT. So I take this time to thank all one and all who have been part of this program, who is watching this event. Please spread this message with your friends and family members, so that each and everyone can be part of this event. And also please share this video with your friends so that they can listen to the panelists. Once again, thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you.